Hello everyone, my name is Danny, and this review is for the movie called Johnny English Strikes Again. Rowan Atkinson returns as the much-loved accidental secret agent in Johnny English Strikes Again. When a cyber attack reveals the identity of all active undercover agents in Britain, the country's only hope is called out of retirement. English's new mission is his most critical to date. Dive headfirst into action to find the mastermind hacker. A man with few skills and analog methods, English must overcome the challenges of modern technology, or his newest mission will become the Secret Service's last. This is a 2018 film. It's rated PG. It runs an hour and a half. And it stars Rowan Atkinson, Ben Miller, Olga Kurylenko, Jake Lacy, and Emma Thompson. Johnny English Strikes Again. Well, I didn't keep any notes on this. I have my little dandy handy notebook here, and I'm just going to say what people can say, okay? It's not my opinion, it's just what people could say. People could say that this is a stupid version of Mission Impossible. You know, like, Johnny English doesn't want to give up his name. And why not? You know, I mean, like, tell people who you are if you're this famous spy. And, like, that's why Mission Impossible is good. Everybody knows who Ethan Hunt is, and still Ethan Hunt completes his mission. Just how it is. So if you want to be a spy movie, you know, make yourself known. Be famous. This one, he kind of comes out of retirement, and he's like the last hope. And there's some funny things that happen to make him the last hope. And they could have still brought along these old guys that he kind of knocks out. Because it seems like he just knocks them out, not kills them. So that kind of got left open-ended there. And I don't know. There's just, you know, a lot of different things that happen along the way that are funny, but like maybe they could have tied the characters a little bit better together. And they do connect the story and the things that are said. You know, somebody says something, it doesn't just go, you know, blind. It actually comes back later. You know, there's a couple good things that are said in dialogue that come back. And the girl, sort of secret undercover agent in this, she doesn't have much character. She doesn't have much personality. She's very dry. You can't really tell if she wants to be good or she's trying to be bad. And obviously, you know, towards the end, she is kind of on English's like right hand, you know, and everything, and she's right there helping him out and everything. But so it's apparent by the end of the movie what her purpose is and what her direction is. But along the way, she just seems like a really dry, kind of almost useless character. A lot of people rip it apart for some of the, you know, everything is just so apparently obvious what's coming up, and that's fine. You can have that opinion, but I don't agree with it. And then the whole storyline, you know, I mean, like, we have these movies that I really enjoy where somebody is maybe a little bit more simple-minded or just a really good action star, kind of superhero agent. And there's all this technology, you know, like people are starting to feed that into movies nowadays. And this is a good example of how in the world can somebody like a Johnny English ever overcome cell phones, internet hacking, you know, finding out who people are, looking up records, looking up things all the time. You know, like, how can anybody overcome that? You know, we've had it in Fast and Furious. We've had it in Name any action movie, that's been famous lately. So I think that they handled it according to what Johnny English is all about. I think they stayed true to their character. They didn't try and, say, oh yeah, Johnny English is on a cell phone and Johnny English is doing the internet, and he didn't have any idea about any of that. And he still, completes his mission and everything. It's really a right way to go about it. But I can understand some people being hesitant on the fact that, there's no way that this is actually, realistic, that somebody who can, bribe, nations like America and London and Britain and everything, and anywhere else, that anybody just would be able to figure out and beat that person, like one guy. No, so that's why I think it would have helped to get more of a team together, like other big franchises do. And Johnny English by himself just kind of seemed like a little unrealistic, I guess. So that all said, that's what I think, the criticism of this movie will be. My opinion, I said a couple things along the way, is that this movie is hilarious. And if people can just watch a movie like this and focus on the fact that it is funny as heck, and it's smart, and it puts things together, and somebody says something, it comes back. Somebody says, oh, you just look, their car is going to stop any minute, and then that person's car stops. That's smart comedy. And it might seem stupid to some people, but it's a way to handle it. It's like, if everything you think is going to be opposite for what people say, and it is, eventually they'll surprise you, especially in a bigger way sometimes, So, maybe it's a little overkill that it's the same joke all the time, but they handle it differently in each scenario. Each scene has a lot of funny things. Just the way Johnny English is, the way that this guy has handled this character, every motion he does, every facial expression he does, every reaction to every little single thing that happens. In this movie, he eats this like fiery peanut and his mouth is on fire. That reaction is just hilarious. Then he happens to just throw an olive away and somebody slips on it. It's funny as all heck. So any criticism that's thrown towards this movie, I don't really understand, but I can comprehend the criticism. I just don't understand why people have to be so violent against a comedy like this. Its point is to make people laugh, and I was on the ground laughing my butt off at this thing. So the question to ask is it enough just to be really, really funny? And you see all these movies that people have. I have a couple shelves behind me here. And most of the reason why I buy a movie is because it is hilarious. And so I would love to buy this movie. So therefore, I'm going to give Johnny English Strikes Again an A. Because this is what I want to watch. This is what people should want to watch. It's smart comedy, good acting, good characters that like being around each other. Excuse me. And they like being around each other. You can tell on the screen that they're interacting well. They don't mind saying something really rude or mean because it's going to come back to be fine in the end. It just has good story development and everything. So, I can't hinder any movie that makes me laugh out loud as much as this one did. It's going to fit right up there with Hot Tub Time Machine, Kevin Hart, Amy Schumer, all these really great, funny movies out there. We need more like this. Just have it be hilarious the whole time. It doesn't lose any steam in the middle. It kind of flounders at the end, but then it's like, boom, gotcha, one more joke. And it's just really smart. I'm going to use that word about this movie for anybody who asks, and I totally suggest watching it. An A for Johnny English Strikes Again. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. enjoy your movies. Thanks.